I ain't get on here to talk about that much, but some of that shit come with some demonic shit, some dark shit. You feel me? Some of
Yeah.
that shit, like, it get real.
We are back with another crazy story, and this specific clip has everybody buzzing. I just found a brand new interview from only a few days ago with former NBA star Trey Burke. Yes, it is the same Trey Burke that so many basketball fans loved back then.
Ninth pick in the 2013 NBA draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Trey Burke from the University of Michigan.
Now in this clip, he said something that really hits hard. It was something simple but very deep. He talked about how some of the biggest NBA stars, the real superstars, got into some very dark stuff behind the scenes. Trey literally said that a lot of what these players do is demonic and dark.
Or it was kind of just about basketball. Let me just see how good I can be in basketball, you know what I mean? But once I found that deeper purpose, it made me kind of understand life at a deeper level. And I'm still on that journey to this day.
Yes, sir.
I'm still on that journey. And I think athletes need to know that. It's a lot of athletes out here that just want to make it to the NFL, just want to make it to the NBA. You got Instagram, Facebook, you got so much distractions, and they just looking at the lifestyle, but they don't know what's going on inside their person. They don't know what's really going on.
That is heavy. And right when I finished watching that, another clip popped up out of nowhere. You know how the algorithm works. Watch one thing and boom, it throws you another from the same lane. The video claimed that Derrick Rose's injury, yeah, that injury, was actually fake. That is a wild accusation, and it had the comments section going crazy. That Derrick Rose injury, man, it goes way back. I am talking around 2011 or 2012, right at the peak of his career. That is when he was on top of the world. So when I saw that clip pop up, I said, no way, we have to talk about this. Because crazy enough, I have never really talked about Derrick Rose before. But this theory, people have been whispering about it for years. Even Rashad Jamal spoke on it, saying that the whole injury might have been fake too. Now here is where things get wild. So when it comes to Derrick Rose, I cannot lie. I really believe something about that situation does not add up. A lot of fans think, hey, Derrick Rose did not play along with the system. He did not take part in those rituals or make those certain choices. And because of that, some say his injury had to be staged just to keep him back from becoming as huge as LeBron James. That is the theory floating around. If you wanted to be one of the biggest stars in the league, you supposedly had to walk through one of those doors, and none of them were easy. Some people even say he might have started down one of those paths, but backed out when things got too real. I mean, come on, no regular guy gets a big triangle tattoo right in the middle of his neck and then suddenly flips the script, choosing Godspeed over that whole image. Something about that switch-up felt off after the injury. Yeah, Derrick Rose stayed in the league for years, he kept grinding, but let's be honest, he never got back to that MVP-level dominance again. That is why so many believe that the injury was a setup to stop him from going even higher. Now, I've got this short clip lined up. Pretty sure it's from the Math Hoffa podcast, where Derrick actually talks about escaping the circus of the NBA. That line alone got me thinking deep. So instead of dragging this intro too long, let's get straight into it, because this one has layers.
Man, you made it to the league, bro. It's the whole, they don't put the emphasis on it. I feel like we should get, because it's
1%.
It's a prestigious fraternity, bro. Like, straight up, it's not. It's just something that ain't easy to do. So I commend everybody.
I look at it like everybody in the world who ever played basketball wanted to go to the NBA, bro. Every kid from every state, from across seas, everything. And some of the people that got to do that, bro, it's a small list, bro. It's 1%, bro.
So I just feel like it need to be more respect on the guys who they don't look at as the so-called superstars. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
because it's so much going on, bro. Like, and I don't even want to get into all that, but a lot of some niggas, bro, some superstars took a different route. I'm gonna be real.
Real shit.
Some superstars took a different route, and I ain't get on here to talk about that much. But some of that shit come with some demonic shit, some dark shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
Some of that shit, it get real.
Now that voice you just heard was Trey Burke, and his take on all of this hits hard. The man was a total beast back at Michigan and held his own in the NBA. So when he speaks on what goes down behind the scenes, it is worth listening to. He has been in locker rooms, he has seen the big names up close, and when he says things get wicked at the top, you know he is not just talking for attention. Think about it. Look at guys like James Harden, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and Steph Curry. These dudes aren't just players anymore. They're massive brands. They have millions of fans and insane money behind them. Steph is sitting on around $300 million, and LeBron is at straight-up billionaire status. LeBron even has that BAF symbol tatted on his chest, which gets people asking all kinds of questions. Some say that is proof right there. These stars picked that door. Now let us keep it real. Derrick Rose was on his way to that same level before everything suddenly crashed. It is hard to believe that one single injury was what held him back. A lot of folks out there think he did not just get hurt. They think he was pushed to fake that injury because he didn't want to play along with whatever was happening behind the curtain. Derrick Rose was on his way to that same level before everything suddenly crashed. It is hard to believe that one single injury was what held him back. A lot of folks out there think he did not just get hurt. They think he was pushed to fake that injury because he didn't want to play along with whatever was happening behind the curtain. Basically, if you don't follow the plan, you don't get that money, that fame, or that chosen one spot in the league. Derrick Rose could have been even bigger than Michael Jordan in Chicago. No exaggeration. This man is Chicago. He was born and raised there, repping the city every time he stepped on the court. Fans there look at him like a hometown savior. They love him in a way that is different from how they even love Jordan. So yeah, if he had kept rising, he would have been unstoppable. Now hold up, I'm about to play a clip where Derrick himself talks about what he calls the circus of the NBA.
Explain.
You have the Grim Reaper on your arm.
No.
It'd be the Grim Reaper.
No, it ain't that.
So yeah.
Yeah, so I love magic. So my favorite magician was like Houdini. My name Pooh. I conflated Pooh and Dini and put Pooh-Dini. So it was some kids, I was in high school when I got the tat. You know what I'm saying? Like some shit like that. And I ended up doing some shit like that. But that's what I mean, being a part of like what you were just talking about, being a part of the Matrix. I didn't shake out of that shit until after I got hurt. So a lot of people may look at my story and be like, man, he's the biggest what if, blah, blah, blah. You right. What if I didn't get injured? What? I wouldn't have found myself. I still would have been a part of the fucking circus, bro.
What is the circus?
I mean, going along with the act.
Break it down, because okay. You got into that, yeah.
All right, let me just tell you.
Right.
The circus. Only looking up shit that's on Instagram that they feed to you. That's the circus. Where it's like, oh, Black history, you learn something about Black history, and it's like, oh, I'm about to look this up now. That's the Matrix.
And it has people replaying it over and over. There is something real in his voice when he says it, like he has seen way too much. And before we dive in, let us not forget, plenty of people are going to say, no way, he did not fake it. That is just a rumor. But there are also folks who believe he was forced into it because he did not want to be part of those rituals. Either way, it is wild to think about.
Yes, Derrick Rose, man. He refused to keep selling out, participating in the rituals. This is exactly why he was forced to sit down with that injury, bro, when they made him fake ACL tear, bro. That happened because he didn't want to keep on participating, so they forced him to sit down. This is how these industries all ran. Go watch the movie Him. They show you how you have to keep participating in rituals and sacrifices in order to get to the top. And, you know, D-Rose didn't want to keep on do that shit, participating in that shit, you know, to get to the top. So he just sat down. I made a video of me talking about this before. You know, in the movie Him that just came out, is showing y'all the truth, bro. They're showing y'all, like, what you gotta do in order to get to the top, bro. This is how this shit works in these music industry, all these industries, bro, sports and all that. It's not based on talent. Once you get to that position, it's based on how much you're going to sacrifice in the rituals you're going to participate in. So that's what happened with D-Rose, bro. Like, he just wasn't trying to keep on doing that. That's why he retired so early. That's why they made him fakest injury in the league, man. It's just deep, but it's the honest truth, you know. And this is important for people that, you know, thinking about trying to go to the league and shit like that, like trying to be up there in the high rankings. It's a lot of shit you gonna have to do nowadays, especially how it's ran, man. And that's just the honest truth about it. Like, D Rose is not taking away the talent from him. He's an amazing basketball player, like I said. But, you know, at the end of the day, if you want to get to the top, you gotta participate in the rituals and sacrificing, and in order to be up there. And he wasn't with that, bro. So he did a little bit of what he had to do to get to the league and shit like that and make the money he made. But, you know, that's why he just went out with an injury.
Man, a lot of this stuff flies right over people's heads. But let me tell you, if it is happening in the NFL, it is happening in the NBA too. That is just facts. When you start paying attention, you will notice a crazy pattern. So many first-round #1 picks end up dealing with big injuries early on. And people out here think it is just bad luck. No way. Some say it is all part of a ritual. Look at Derrick Rose again, drafted #1 overall back in 2008. And just a couple of years later, boom, major injury out of nowhere. Doesn't that sound a little too convenient, especially when he later said that after the injury, he found himself and started to see past the circus? That line right there says a lot. It's like he's hinting that without that moment, he would have just been another player caught up in the machine.
I ain't watched none of my games like that. When they was winning championships, nigga, I'm outside. My brother and them tell me come back in when they about to shoot and celebrate. Hey, the game finna end.
Wait a minute, rewind it. You ain't watched no Bulls game?
They about to win the championship. Hey, go get Pooh. The game about to end. He can't be out. They in. I'm looking through the window. I'm watching my brother and them outside run around in the street.
Man, they watched Jordan. Damn.
My mama give me a shirt with the newspaper thing on it. I'm like, all right.
I ain't know that.
Yeah, I ain't know none of that.
That's interesting, bro. So you just really just want to come get your work in, get on up out of there.
Get out.
And think about what that means. He is saying that setback opened his eyes. Without it, he might have never realized how deep things really go. Even now, he is still worth around $100 million, which is huge. But let us be real, he was on track to be the face of the league. He could have been standing toe-to-toe with LeBron James at the top. His whole story runs deep, deeper than most fans ever realize. And people have been bringing up Ben Simmons under every Derrick Rose clip lately. Comment sections are going crazy. Some are saying Ben Simmons did not sell out, while others think his career moves fit that same pattern.
Can't have a guy on the court who's afraid to shoot the basketball.
So when you connect the dots with Derrick Rose, Ben Simmons, and all these early draft stars, it is hard not to see the pattern. Something strange keeps happening to the #1 picks, and people are finally starting to wake up to it. So here is where things take a dark turn. During the draft, Ben Simmons was seen doing that Masonic-style handshake with Adam Silver, the boss of the NBA. And get this, just 2 nights later, after his cousin Zachary Simmons celebrated that same draft night with him, tragedy struck. At around 3 a.m., Zachary was reportedly hit by an all-black SUV and later passed away. The timing left people stunned. It did not feel random at all. Now, people out there were quick to defend it, saying Ben Simmons did not sell out. He did not do anything shady. But then the conspiracy crowd started claiming otherwise, saying Ben sacrificed his cousin to secure that top draft spot. And when you go back and actually watch the footage of that handshake between Ben and Adam Silver, it looks too deliberate. It is not your regular handshake. It is the Freemason-style one, clean and intentional, like it was meant to be noticed. And that ties right back to what Trey Burke said earlier, how the NBA runs like an elite club. Once you're in, you are in deep. And if you're trying to rise to the top with the Steph Currys, the LeBrons, and the James Hardens, then you already know it's not just about talent anymore. There are things you have to do to stay in that circle. That brings me to another weird connection people love to talk about, James Harden and Lil Baby. Remember that stretch where those two were practically inseparable, like they were together everywhere? One is a basketball star, the other is a rapper from the streets, two completely different worlds, yet suddenly attached at the hip. People could not help but wonder what was really going on. Some think Harden was Lil Baby's handler, the one guiding him through those same industry doors Trey Burke mentioned. Others think they both had some mutual deal, something they agreed to do together to level up in their lanes.
Either way, it did not look normal. And then there was that viral moment when they were overseas, maybe in France or Paris, and Lil Baby looked totally spaced out, like he didn't even know what was happening. The clip turned into a meme, people calling him Lil Baby, like he was lost. You could see Harden trying to calm him down, saying something like, "Hold on, they trying to take pictures of you." That whole situation felt off, like there was something way deeper happening behind those smiles and designer clothes. Man, I know some of you remember that old meme from a couple years back. It was everywhere. You know, when James Harden and Lil Baby were out here exchanging crazy gifts, showing off friendship goals and all that. Yeah, that one. But now when you look back, it hits different. Harden is deep in that world. He has done those rituals, played his part, and leveled up in the game. When you have your own shoe line and global deals, you are already showing you are in it. That's just how this industry moves, and this whole situation is another wild chapter in the same story. That's why I found it so interesting when Trey Burke, a former NBA player who has been inside that world, spoke on it so openly. He talked about how certain superstars take that dark route to success, and he was not sugarcoating anything. He even brought up that old saying from Corey Holcomb, you know, the one, "You dig." Yeah, that phrase. I couldn't even say it out loud here, but you already know what he meant. It's crazy hearing it come from someone who has been in those rooms, seen those faces, and still dares to speak up. It just connects everything. Derrick Rose, Ben Simmons, Harden, all these names tied to the same whispers about fame, sacrifice, and the price of success. It's wild stuff. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Basketball Pulse right now so you don't miss what's coming next. We've got some heavy topics lined up, and it's about to get even deeper. Peace.